Looks like everything's getting fired up. No, no, it's... Alright, now we're good. And now we are live here for race number 17 of 29 here in the 1990 throwbacks. Geoff Bodine has taken over the points lead over Bill Elliott by 6 points and over Alan Kulwicki by 40 points. Tim Richmond is also right in the mix of things at 69 points. And probably the favorite to win this race, Mark Martin. He is there at 113 points behind. The reason why I say he's the favorite to win, he's won 2 out of the last 3 races at this track, Talladega. It should be interesting to see how this ends up turning out. Loading, loading, loading. Loading's taking forever. Should be a great day for racing here at the Talladega Superspeedway. No doubt about that. As far as qualifying, who's going to be on the pole for the DieHard 500? It's going to be Ernie Irvan on the pole. I think that's his first career pole. So, man, Morgan McClure is really starting to pull out all the strings here at the Superspeedways, and they are clearly bringing the fast equipment. So, let's accelerate up a little bit here. Should be a fantastic race today. So we've got Ernie Irvan in first, Michael Waltrip on the outside pole in second, 2 drivers that aren't usually up here towards the front. Terry Labonte in third, Harry Gant with his best start of the season in fourth, Mark Martin fifth, Davey Allison with an impressive showing, he'll start sixth. Bobby Hillin Jr. with yet another top 10 qualifying effort, he's in seventh, and Darrell Waltrip will roll off eighth. We have Phil Parsons, he will roll off in ninth. And 10th, rounding out the top 10, we'll have Ricky Rudd, who was last week's pole sitter. Here's the command for today's race.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
The cars will fire up here on the long back straightaway here at Talladega. The only straightaway longer is at Pocono. And we've got a car that was unable to get going, so we'll have to retry that. I hope I don't have to quit out of this stream and start another one. Looks like we are clean getting off there. Should have a good, clean race today. No problems are to be expected. Talladega is usually a caution-free race unless some kind of mishap with lap traffic happens. Pace car will pull down into pit road. Normally the start and finish line, at least at Daytona and at many other tri-ovals, it is in the middle of the dogleg. However, here at Talladega, it's a little bit different. It's coming off down here going into turn 1. The green flag is out and we are underway here from Talladega. And it looks like Michael Waltrip is the driver that got the better run. But it's going to be Irvan. It's going to be Irvan. And Rusty Wallace is on the apron. So Rusty Wallace's horrible, horrible luck here at the plate tracks will continue. is not able to get that car going at all. Meanwhile, back up front, we've got a fierce battle. Hillen looking to lead, lap number 1. They're going to go 3 by 3 coming to the line. Hillen's going to have the strong push by Dale Earnhardt, and indeed, Hillen will be the leader after lap number 1. Bobby Hillen, he came in second at Daytona. Remember that, so we know that Hillen's got a very strong program here at the plate tracks. See everyone going by. Hillen trying to stay strong on the outside lane. Not going to happen. Kulwicki is now going to go by. He's going to have the lead for now. There's brother Brett. Kulwicki cuts across all 4 lanes of traffic. 4 wide for the 3rd position. Geoff Bodine trying to fit his way through there. And Brett just got schooled by his older brother. Meanwhile, Kulwicki tried to pull down in line in front of Elliott. It did not work. That is 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in points right there, all bunched up together. The 11, the 7, and the 9. And you got a couple of other drivers that are really hungry. Neil Bonnet has been up towards the front in a couple of plate races recently. We've had Ken Schrader, who always seems to have good luck at the bigger tracks. Hasn't really had the season that he was expected to have like he did in 1988, which was just a breakout season. 4 wide for the lead. 4 wide for the lead. Spencer will lead him back to the line. I think that, yes, Jimmy Spencer. So Spencer, a rookie last year. He's being pushed by another driver that was a rookie last year, Dick Trickle. And they're going to go 3 wide for 2nd, and look who it is on the bottom. Number 25, Tim Richmond. No stranger to success here at the big tracks. These guys are still going 3, 4 wide. No one's been able to take advantage of it. Early on, Richmond trying to block Rick Mast. Mast got a strong run off the turn. But Spencer will be able to block all of them. And Spencer, he gets pushed up high. He got loose coming out of the tri-oval. And he can't quite get the nose on Rick Mast. Here comes Mast. He should be able to take the lead here coming off of turn number 2. I'll tell you what, though. Mast is being hung out to dry. That means that Spencer's going to have the run. They're going to go 3 wide into turn 3. 4 wide into turn 3. There's going to be an accident if they keep on doing this. I mean, there's plenty of room here at Talladega, but you gotta do a little bit of give and take at this track. Watch out, very slow car, number 27. And yep, there he goes. That's going to cause a massive accident. I think for the most part that wasn't terrible. That could have ended up a lot worse. The 27 had nowhere to go. Well, the driver that had truly nowhere to go, Eddie Bierschwale, just kind of reminds me of last year. We had a similar problem with Rick Mast. Luckily, this one didn't cause a huge wreck. So 90 gets into the back of the 27. And that's really it. Well, no. Hutch Strickland got involved a little bit. And I think Brett Bodine got a piece of Eddie Bierschwale. But that could have ended up so much worse than it actually did. We are under caution here at Talladega. And your leader is actually the 43, Richard Petty. Tim Richmond decided to stay out, so he will be your new leader. Richard Petty, he has not won a race since 1983, but he is still the winningest driver of all time. NASCAR history, that's why he's called the King. 7 championships, 7-time Daytona 500 winner, 198 career victories. So here we go. Larry Pearson and Tim Richmond decided to stay out. That will give the advantage to the 43 of Richard Petty and everyone else behind him who did hit pit road. If we take a look at here at the fastest lap count, right now the fastest lap on the board, Lake Speed in his self-owned number 83. Jeff Purvis is second fastest. Eddie Bierschwell is third fastest, though I don't think that's going to end up lasting. The 27 is out, so is the 12. And whoa, what happened here? Mark Martin and Darrell Waltrip all sorts of messed up. There's some kind of schism here. Martin trying to get through. Oh wow, Jimmy Horton and Pow. So an accident leaving pit road. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but the 6 and the 80 end up getting together, and they will take the 17 along with him. And I think all 3 cars are going to be taking an exit from this race. Here's the 7. He's coming back out into the track, all bruised up. So a bit of a schism happens underneath the yellow flag. And that's generally not a good sight to see. Never ever a good sight to see when you see cars getting together coming off of pit road. Every once in a while it will happen, but there, I think Mark Martin, what happened was he was slow getting out of pit road. A lot of drivers hit the brakes in front of him, so Martin's got to get around all those cars. Right. So all of a sudden, all these cars in front of him, now Mark Martin's trying to get through. He's just trying to get by people. Jimmy Horton didn't give him any room. And that was... Oh, that's going to lengthen this caution significantly. We've still got 2 more laps underneath the yellow flag at the very least. Just, there's a lot of cleanup there going up in turns 1 and 2 yet. Pontiac Grand Prix pace car will lead them around this track at a speed of 70 miles an hour. Lots of these drivers realize that. So we are still under caution here from Talladega. The first accident happened when Rusty Wallace was going way beneath minimum speed. Couldn't get out of the way of the pack, and he ended up just getting into a bunch of people. Eddie Bierschwale ends up spinning out because of him, but luckily that is about it. After that, there was a schism coming off of pit road underneath the yellow flag. That involved Mark Martin, Darrell Waltrip, and rookie Jimmy Horton. Jimmy Horton is still out on the track. He is currently being scored in 30th. Mark Martin and Darrell Waltrip did get together. They are out. Alan Kulwicki also got involved. He is stuck here towards the back. So he is probably also out of the equation for this race. So I said we were probably going to have a caution-free race here at Talladega. Clearly all the drivers just did not get the memo on that. We weren't going to race caution-free straight from the start. Everybody was just going to go balls to the walls right from the green flag, and usually that's what causes situations like this to arise. So we'll get right back to the action here. We'll take a green on lap number 11 of 47 here at Talladega. You can see the pace car now. He's going to dive off into pit road. The cars are going to go slowly 70 miles an hour through the dog leg. They'll all line up single file. 38 cars are still out on the track. All 38 cars are on the lead lap. Green flag here at Talladega. And look at Mast and Marlin. They both jumped to the outside immediately, and Marlin just did that as a fake out. And look at the lead that Richmond's going to get. Yeah, he got off the line in a hurry. Richmond got off the line in a hurry. 3 wide going down the back straightaway. Oh boy, Richard Petty's going to be the beneficiary. We'll see if any of these cars can start to run down Tim Richmond. It happened, but it happened in the corner. Here comes the 43 car. He's going to try to lead a lap. Here comes Jimmy Spencer down to the bottom. He's going to have the help of Sterling Marlin and others. And Jimmy Spencer is going to go back to the lead here at Talladega. I believe that's the 3rd lap he's led today, so Jimmy Spencer and that Buddy Baker Racing crew, they clearly brought a really well-oiled car to today's race. And here comes Sterling Marlin. Remember, he won here all the way back in 1986, the first time they ever put the plates on the cars. And now here's the 47. Rookie Jack Pennington. He's going to take the lead. And now, oh boy, Morgan Shepherd. Yep, that was a great move. Shepherd is going to take the lead. And there you go. It's the 15 car. It's all 15. You can see pole sitter Ernie Irvin, accomplished plate, well, not necessarily accomplished, but definitely really good plate racer Dale Jarrett. Jarrett and Irvin will both pull out on the 32. Jarrett didn't have the momentum. Irvin does. And here's your points leader, Geoff Bodine, trying to get something done. Jarrett's going to keep Irvin behind him. Pennington gets back to the bottom. Will the two Oldsmobiles hook up? Yes, they will. Here comes the Oldsmobiles down to the bottom of the track. Ernie Irvin is in second place. Morgan Shepherd's going to lead another lap here, but he's going way out in front, and he's going to get run down here. He's way too far out in front. Will Irvin try to make a move? Right now it looks like Ernie and company is going to go single file. There we go. The two Oldsmobiles, they hook up, they go to the bottom. Irvin knows that Pennington's likely not to make a move on him because Irvin's got a much faster car than Pennington. And Irvin is just sailing free here at the front of the pack with a manufacturer buddy behind him. Irvin 1, Pennington 2. Here as we go to lap 15 here at Talladega. Kyle Petty and Ken Schrader trying to get something done. It looks like they'll kick the 47 to the high side, and now Irvin's all alone. Kyle Petty dives to the inside. So does Schrader. Schrader dives to the inside. 3 wide. You got another Oldsmobile, the fastest car on the track right now. Well, not right now, but was the fastest car on the track earlier, Lake Speed. Now the fastest lap was set by Davey Allison. He restarted in the back just 4 laps ago. Look at where that 28 car is. He's right behind the 1. In 5 laps, he's gone from 34th and looks like he's going to be able to make it all the way up to 3rd. Yup. Good Lord, who turned on the jets on Davey Allison's machine? Remember, he hasn't won since 1987. And they've been desperately trying to get momentum ever since. This is a good, strong team. They really need that help. 3 wide, Gant's going to go to the lead. Derek Cope behind him, Richard Petty behind him. Petty and Jarrett are going to pull out along with plate legend Bill Elliott. You can see a little bit of damage to the back of the Whitcomb Racing team. Right now it's all about Gant. As far as cars that are not with the lead draft, you've got the 7, the 90, the 8, and the 80. They're all wounded. The 75, he may have also gotten a piece of that accident. He's also nowhere to be found. We've also got the 3, the 52, the 89, and the 01, all in their own pack. 29 cars are currently part of the lead draft. And Derek Cope looks like he's going to go to the lead. Now here comes Dale Jarrett. He's going to have a manufacturer buddy behind him in Michael Waltrip. Not anymore. Sterling Marlin pulls down to the inside. Marlin's now pushing Jarrett. Will that be enough to get around Cope? Yes. Jarrett got it. Jarrett got him. Dale Jarrett right now, the leader. Look at Ricky Rudd. That was a humongous run down the back straightaway. I think that 98 car gave him an excellent push. That push is going to work. Oh, Rudd tried to shut the door en masse. It did not work. Now here comes Chad Little. He was a rookie last year. Note that Alan Kulwicki being thrown all the way back to 35th and probably not going to do any better than 35th. The fact that he's probably not going to do any better than 35th. In fact, this line of cars is only going 170 miles an hour right now. Those cars aren't going to do any better than 35th. Whoa! And it's hard to react to, and you know, it's very difficult to be able to prepare for stuff like that. That will separate the pack into two. Lap traffic like that usually splits up big packs like that, and it has done that right now. So who's part of Big Island number one? Well, we've got Tim Richmond up here. We've got Davey Allison, Sterling Marlin, Terry Labonte's up here. Morgan Shepherd. Geoff Bodine. Oh boy. Geoff Bodine looking to open up a massive points lead. Yeah, he's going to do it because I don't see Elliott. Elliott's currently scored 23rd. I don't see Elliott anywhere in this pack. And it's true. Elliott's 4.5 seconds out. So basically we're going to have another pack of dark horses, but you got the usual suspects up here. We've got Tim Richmond, we've got Sterling Marlin, Geoff Bodine, Terry Labonte, Morgan Shepherd, Ricky Rudd, they're all up here. But man, do we have some dark horses, and I mean dark horses. We've got J.D. McDuffie up here. He's on the lead lap, having probably the best race that he's had since the 70s. You have Chad Little up here. He's never won a race in his career. It should be noted that McDuffie has never won a race in his career either. You have Dave Marcus. He hasn't won since '86. Rob Moroso, rookie. He's never won. Larry Pearson. This is his third or fourth year in the Cup. I think third full year in the Cup. Oh! Pearson and Marcus got together there coming off the corner. That was close. This pack is hauling it up here. They are trying their damnedest to catch back up. That'll at least put the pack split at 24. Yeah, they're all going single file trying to catch these guys, and it looks like they're going to be able to. So maybe it's not going to be as big of a gain as Geoff Bodine would have liked it to be today. Morgan Shepherd currently in the lead. Davey Allison in second. Sterling Marlin third. Tim Richmond is in fourth. And these four guys might be able to pull away a little bit. The 25 trying to get something done. Not going to happen. These four drivers, if they stay in line, they might actually be able to gap a little bit on the pack and just have these four guys alone. Tim Richmond wants none of it. You can see Brett Bodine, he'll get out of the way. Marlin still felt the need to slow down, and that's going to allow the pack to catch back up. Will two cars be enough to pull away from everybody? The 15 and the 28, if they work together, will that be enough? I don't think that'll be enough. I do not think that will be enough. And now it's definitely not going to be enough because here comes Allison for the lead. Davey Allison. It took until this race last year just to lead a lap. They've done a little bit better this year, and they're hoping to continue to make improvements. They were hoping to be a championship contender this year. It just has not turned out to be this year for Allison. So obviously they're hoping next year is going to be the championship contending year for Allison. And you got to figure every single year Allison's going to get better and better and better, and eventually he's going to go for the championship. He's just going to go for the championship. He's too good of a driver to not go for the championship. I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. He's just too good of a driver. And Terry Labonte darts down. Not going to happen. Morgan Shepherd right now has the car to beat. He's won here at Talladega several times before. Shepherd knows how to get it done. Absolutely, that Bud Moore car is also really fast on the plate tracks. Anyways, remember that car almost won the 1989 Daytona 500 as well. So those Bud Moore cars are usually fast on the big tracks. Here comes Geoffrey Bodine down to the inside. He's going to try to take second away. 3 wide. Terry Labonte's also there. Bodine has to concede. Derek Cope is still there. And now we got cars coming down pit road. That was the 2 cars that did not pit underneath that yellow flag. That was Richmond and Pearson hitting pit road. And it looks like these 4 guys are going to settle into a little bit of a groove. Maybe 5, maybe 6. Oh, you definitely might get some freight training coming here. Here comes Irvin. That probably was not that good of a move. No, it'll pay off. It will pay off. Maybe. It's not going to pay off for Irvin, but it will pay off for Rudd. He will get that position. Meanwhile, nobody's had an answer for Morgan Shepherd yet. Here are the slow lapped cars. Terry Labonte trying to go down low. Way low! Look at where Morgan Shepherd's trying to go! That was an accident waiting to happen. Morgan Shepherd tried to fit his car where it should not have, and it's going to cost him dearly. By the way, here are the 2 leaders that pit. So that's going to cost them a lot of time not pitting underneath the yellow flag. Look at this, they're about to go 1 lap down, so if another yellow flag comes out, they are toast. They gotta hope this race stays green flag for the rest of the time that they're out there. Now, I'd just like to make a shout out here. How about Joe Ruttman? He's running up here in the 6th position. This team didn't even have sponsorship a week before the Daytona 500. They got this team done together very quickly for the Daytona 500. And they did pretty well. And they're like, you know what, we're going to try to fund the rest of the season. And Steers hopped on board, and he's done, And now here he comes back to Talladega. And Joe Ruttman, 46 years old, he's out here driving with some of the best drivers you'll ever see on the big tracks. And here he is, he's in 7th place, running with the big guys. He's in 6th. Oh, yeah, that's right, because Richmond is a lap down. Here we go, we've got more people coming down pit road. That was a late break. Can Schrader get it down to pit road speed? I don't know if he did. Oh, that was a late break off for pit road. I don't know if Schrader's going to get called for speeding there. It looks like he was too fast entering. Might not, who knows. That was some late braking though. Right now, pole sitter Ernie Irvan is enjoying the lead. Trying to get his 2nd win of the year here in 1990. Irvin dives off into pit road. Chad Little will be with him. Terry Labonte stays out with his teammate, Tim Richmond. He's probably trying to drag along Tim Richmond as much as he can. He realizes once he pits, Richmond's going to have absolutely nobody to work with, and he does not want that to happen. Now that Terry Labonte's like, okay, Richmond, you're going to have people to work with, he's going to come down pit road this lap. That was an excellent team strategy move there by Terry Labonte, keeping a teammate in the race. So Labonte helping out a teammate there in Tim Richmond. Labonte will now peel off to pit road. And then zooming up towards the front. Well, here's the 4. He pit with the 19 and the 19 beat him out. So I think the 19 is your leader. If my calculations are correct, right now the leader is the 19 car. Irvin's right back on him though. Irvin's probably going to lead this lap, and I don't see much preventing Irvin from winning this race. Whoa! Chad Little trying to desperately block off the 4 from taking his spot away, and Little will beat him back to the line. And it says that Terry Labonte is the leader. Yes, here's Terry Labonte. And Labonte very well might be, actually. Labonte's going to get ran down quick, though. He's got Mickey Gibbs to work with. So that'll be at least another 5 bonus points for Labonte. Labonte's playing his cards beautifully right now. Alright, so let's just make the presumption that this top 5 is what it's going to be. You got Labonte, you got Irvin, you got Mast, you got Marlin, and you got Chad Little. Well, we've only got one driver in here that has not won a race before. That's Chad Little. Ernie Irvan, Rick Mast, and Sterling Marlin all have won a race. Rick Mast winning the 1989 Sears Point race, the inaugural Sears Point race. Sterling Marlin winning the 1986 Talladega 500, the first race to ever feature the restrictor plates on the cars. And Ernie Irvan won the 1990 Coca-Cola 600. Ken Schrader is also up here. He won 3 races. last year, I believe, 2 or 3. And of course, Terry Labonte, he's got numerous wins peppered out through several seasons. I believe his career total's at 14, 13 or 14, something like that. Not a really big number, but definitely not anything to laugh at either. So these 6 drivers, well, now it'll be 5 drivers plus Ken Schrader in a line. Now here comes Sterling Marlin for the lead. He won't get it. Didn't get a run. Rick Mast is your leader. Earnhardt pulls up. He's out of the way of the leaders. Earnhardt doesn't want to cause any trouble among these 6. Ernie Irvan, he wants to go back to the lead. He's underneath Marlin. Should be able to get there now. He will. Labonte is there as well. So these 6 cars, if we look back to Pack B, and here it is, we got to ask ourselves, are they going to catch? There always seems to be a small Pack A out in front and a much larger Pack B in the back. And the question always is, will they catch? Right now, I'm not so sure that they will. Rick Mast, there's nothing that he can do about this move. Here comes Irvin to the bottom. He blocks Irvin all the way down to the white line, and Mast still keeps the lead. That shows you just how strong that 98 car is. Travis Carter has put together an amazing car today. Rick Mast is probably going to enjoy his 2nd career victory here at Talladega. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to usurp the lead from this 98 car. 3 wide, especially if they're going 3 wide for 2nd. That's definitely not going to help the situation. Definitely not. But right now it's the 98, 94, 418, 519. I mean, these are probably some of the better B-level drivers in NASCAR today, all of them. Chad Little probably being the most promising, being an up-and-coming sophomore in the series. Trying to score a top 5 today for his dad's team. That time the Pack B made up a whole half a second. They made up a full half of a second that time around. No one's been able to touch Mast, though. Mast has been the man to beat. I'm really surprised by how fast this 98 car is. He's putting on a clinic out here today. What a great drive by Rick Mast. And that time they pulled away by a half a second. Rick Mast, he's just enjoying this. Everyone's battling for 2nd. He's just cutting the draft. Nope, you don't get any momentum. You don't get any momentum. And he keeps on pulling away. Mast is doing just a fantastic job up here. Can anyone make a move on him? Terry Labonte's on the back of him now. Can Terry Labonte make a move? Labonte's going to try. And this time he's going to do it. And now I think Rick Mast might lose the draft. He got caught behind Bobby Hillin, and Rick Mast is going to lose the draft. That is almost not fair. Rick Mast got caught behind Bobby Hillin, and now he is going to lose the draft. Well, the heads-up favorite to win this race. I think he's still there. I'm going to tell you what. If Rick Mast all of a sudden comes around and pulls the fastest lap time out of anybody on the track, we'll know who has the draft and who doesn't. And right now, I think he's got it. Barely. He's trying to run that car like hell. Meanwhile, it's 3 wide for the lead. If this is going to be the time for 4 wide for the lead. Chad Little thinks better of it. Well, if there's ever a configuration for that 98 car to catch back up, it's now. And I think we're about to see the fastest lap time of the day be put up on the boards here by this 98 car. Watch this. He is back, folks. Rick Mast is back. And meanwhile, Sterling Marlin's gone to the lead. Now we got a slow car, Jimmy Horton. Don't try to get caught up behind him this time. I think everyone will move to the bottom. No issues. And Terry Labonte, wow, I thought that Rick Mast got into the back of Labonte and made him spin out. Here we go. Rick Mast is going to try to go back to the lead, and I think he's going to have it. Mast to the lead. 4 laps to go. Mast has got it. I think he pulled out too far. He pulled out too far. He really needed to drag the brakes there, and I think he pulled out too far. These guys are going to be coming, and they're going to come in a hurry. He's staying out there. Incredible. A 98 car's staying out there. Little, I don't think, has the momentum to be able to run him down. Oh, don't worry, Little's given that car every single last bit of horsepower that he can get. Schrader now up to the back of the 98. The 98 just goes away. Gave him too good of a push. Six cars in a line. I think that 19 car is just about cooked. Yeah. I think that car is very limited in how much further it's going to go. It's really going slower and slower and slower, and it looks like that 19 car is losing power. That'll be such a shame if Little's engine will blow up now. I don't think anybody's got an answer for Rick Mast. A lap and a half to go. If there's any answer for Mast, it's going to happen on this lap. Lap traffic, they play a bit of a factor. That might cause everyone to lay back and get a nice slingshot on them. Ken Schrader's going to stay right behind him. Sterling Marlin is coming quick. White flag for Rick Mast. Yeah, and I don't think there's going to be any controversy behind this race. Rick Mast has come out here and he has put on a clinic. Three wide for second. That's exactly what Mass wants to see. Sterling Marlin might try to make a move here. He's going to be trapped in the side draft of Schrader. Rick Mast is gone. Coming off of turn number 4. They spread out a little bit. Nothing that anyone can do. Rick Mast will come to the line and he will win the DieHard 500. What a race by Rick Mast. A career race for sure. Elliott will end up finishing in 10th, and Geoff Bodine will finish in 11th. And I believe that will keep Bodine's points lead intact by 1. So Bodine with a very clutch performance. Alan Kulwicki will finish 4 laps down in 36th position. Mark Martin will finish in 40th. Tim Richmond ends up getting 8th. So pretty much big losers here. Alan Kulwicki are going to be Alan Kulwicki and Mark Martin. And Rusty Wallace too, as he will get yet another DNF. There you go, Rick Mast. That's his second career win. That is incredible. That's got to be giving that team huge amounts of momentum. They struggled for most of the season. They went out, and not only did they win that race, they actually pretty much dominated it, leading the most laps out of anybody with 12. He pretty much showed that he was the class of the field. No doubt about it. He got in the right pack, and he just ran the hell out of his car, and it got him a checkered flag. Taking a look at the point standings, here's how they line up after 17 races. Geoff Bodine still in the lead by 2 points over Bill Elliott. He's in second. 52 points over Tim Richmond. Alan Kulwicki drops to 110 behind. Terry Labonte moves up to 5th. Rudd to 6th. Martin drops all the way to 200 behind. And Wallace will drop all the way to 300 behind. As there's definitely starting to be a gap to show between 7th and 8th positions, as well as a big gap between 11th and 12th positions. Well, that will conclude today's broadcast. The next race is going to be a road course. Watkins Glen, the first time that we're running at a new configuration of the track, which added a dogleg, a bus stop, if you will, in the back straightaway of Watkins Glen after a horrifying accident last year involving Jimmy Means, as well as another accident in IMSA, which warranted the construction of this dogleg. We will see you then.